And here, handoff up the middle here to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt wrestles out of one tackle, keeps the pile moving. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and short after a 5-yard run by Hildebrandt on 2nd and 6.
Carson Hildebrandt, first down.
And they do give him the first down, so a gain of 7 by Hildebrandt.
Peterson and Gordon.
I wasn't sure that he had that, but the referees on the field, the officials on the field certainly have a better look at it than I do. As Bacon here pauses the game to tie his shoe. Again, 10:43 here left in the game. Spencer Columbus with the ball, down 16-6. Ramblers here looking to, again, keep this game in check and keep this at a 10-point lead, and a gang tackle there on Carson Hildebrandt will help towards that cause.
Hildebrandt carries. Costa and Jornal. Or Jornal. Second down.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Rockets. Bacon in motion. Mandel back to pass. And that ball is going to be picked off. It's an interception. Regis intercepted by Cade Osborne. Pass intended for Ethan Meese. Ball was underthrown, or at least thrown where Meese was not able to come back for it. Osborne, after putting on some licks here in the second half, now with a turnover, and he's got his Ramblers in Rocket territory. They'll start from the 45-yard line.
Same thing happened to us.
Same
thing happened
at the same time. All right, 10 minutes to go here in the 4th. Regis now. And Michael steps back to pass. He's got a couple options here down the middle, and he finds exactly the one he wants. It's Tristan Root, and it's a 45-yard touchdown play by the Regis Ramblers. Give credit there to Coach Bryant Brenner after the turnover, after the change of field, the sudden change. Goes for the end zone. You see that a lot as you watch football at all levels, but you really see that a lot in Division I college football and the NFL, where a sudden change like that and you take a deep throw, and the Ramblers did just that. And Root connects into the end zone, and it's a big lead now for the Ramblers. Extra point is good, and it's 23-6 with 9:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. Rockets will get the ball back, and we'll come back after this. Chili Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chili, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers. If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota, powerful, precise, proven. Chili Implement is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili Implement, open 6 days a week to serve you. Chili Implement. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and down there. Okay. All right, live back here in Spencer as the Rockets, Spencer Columbus Rockets about to receive, down 23-6 after a big touchdown play from Michaels to Root for the Ramblers. Bacon here picking his way through and able to stumble ahead for a few, and ball came loose. He was down, though, before the ball came out. Spencer Columbus will take over from about the 28-yard line with a lot of work to do with 9:43 left in the game. They are down 17. And Bacon is a little bit slow getting up off the field here, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. Run a couple. I don't know what happened to him, but
My name is Marissa, and I just finished my junior year in college. It's time for me to buy my first car before I start my senior year and before I start my career search. I clicked on an ad for Wheelers and found a car that was in my budget. I contacted the dealership and they emailed me an appointment for test drive. Test drive day is here. The sales staff was helpful and made sure I was comfortable learning about the car. It only took a few minutes and my credit application was approved. Just a couple of quick signatures and a payment I can afford. My first time buying a car, and it was so simple.
all right, Bacon able to help himself up and off the field as the damp, cold air begins to take over my tongue here late in the game. 9:43 to go. Spencer Columbus again with the ball at the 29-yard line, down 17, 23-6. Mandel back to pass, looking over the middle, and brings it down. He's going to run now to the right. He gets a block out there by Rodriguez, and he's going to scamper ahead for a gain of about 5 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 5. And we'll again take a spin around here and get scores from around the area. Pittsville's able to make a comeback as they're at home, but they are down to the visiting Allman Bancroft Eagles.
36.
And it's 26-7. The Panthers have come back from behind before, including a Week 1 stunner, where they came all the way back. I believe they were down 24-3 in the fourth quarter, came all the way back to beat Auburndale that day. And they're going to need an epic comeback again here at home, it appears, as there's 5:19 left in the game. They're down 26-7. They're going to have the ball at about their own 5-yard line. Down a bunch. Mandel again back to pass. Screen set up here. Bauman with it, being chased from behind. And he's brought down out of bounds, and another flag flies. That's the second time that we've had a hit out of bounds by Regis to the Rockets' advantage. This time on the tackle, number 54, Henry Thiessen. Thiessen made contact inbounds. It kept driving out of bounds, and they're going to add 15 to this play. So if there's any kind of a comeback coming for the Rockets, they're going to need big chunks like that, and they'll take a 15-yard penalty. Puts them into Rambler territory at the 40-yard line. 2 minutes left up in Marathon, and Stratford is going to sail number 5 Stratford here in Division 5. They're going to sail into probably a better position here. If this outcome here were to hold, Rockets would lose their number 3 ranking. Tigers would climb as they're up 41-0 in Marathon and headed into the end zone here again, down just around the 10-yard line with the running clock there in Marathon. Tigers don't need to score. Probably only need to run a couple more plays before the end of that one. Tigers lost to these Rockets right here in Week 1 in Spencer. The Rockets own that game. Well, the Tigers coming back. They're going to have, again, if this result holds, have the same record as the Rockets. Both teams at this point would stand at 7-1. And the Rockets of the Clover Belt, the Tigers of the Merriwood, they will only play if a playoff situation were to match them up. And that could happen. They'll both be placed in the same area in Section 5, or in Division 5. 8:42 to go.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
V&H Automotive serves Marshfield and Central Wisconsin with new Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram trucks. Our professional staff of factory-trained sales associates and parts and service personnel are here to serve you. Our business managers use more than a dozen lenders to ensure you the lowest rates anywhere. From Marshfield to Wausau, Wisconsin Rapids to Stevens Point, or Colby to Medford, we are a short drive from anywhere for friendly service and very competitive pricing. Come see V&H Automotive today. I've got feedback in my ears, though.
Yeah.
So 4:37 left to go. 23-6, Regis. I just turned off. It's a delay, so it's hard to talk on that delay. A timeout here by Regis as they begin to strategize for their final 4:37 left. We got feedback again. Again, 4:37 left. It's going to be 3rd and 9 upcoming from the 39. In motion here comes Rooney. A handoff, and we're going to have a reverse. We're actually going to have a reverse pass, and a wide open Michaels down the field, and Bauman breaks up the pass. Actually, that was number 10, Will Jordahl. As Jordahl was met right when the ball came to his arms. It was just perfect / coincidental timing by Hayden Bauman, as the Rambler fans yelling for pass interference, but that was a bang play there, and it'll bring up a 4th and 9 for the Ramblers. It's still in my ear, though. So 4th and 9, 4:28 to go here in the game. 23-6, and the Ramblers are going to be back in punt formation, but not before Coach Gorse has got to spend another timeout. And we'll take a timeout right along with them. It's 23-6 Ramblers. Yeah, that's better. The Implement, located just north of Highway 10 in Chile, is your place for Kubota zero-turn mowers.
No, we're okay.
If your lawn is big or small, we have all the lawn care solutions for you. Check out our 60-inch deck. Kubota, powerful,
Final regular
precise,
season
proven.
game is next
Chili
Friday
Implement
night.
is your choice for Kubota, Case IH, and Gale. Chili
Regis
Implement,
will be
open 6
traveling
days a
to
week to serve you.
Neosville.
Chili Implement.
The Rockets will be traveling to
Chili
El Tuna.
Implement. Wondering what to feed your team after
7
work,
o'clock
the
start.
game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty
It is really tough what
char-broiled
we do
burgers
here.
for any
I know,
hungry
it is.
appetite. From the classic hamburger.
And it is. Like I
Is
said,
that
Rachel
famous
won't
Chips
even try it
champ
anymore.
and
She's
everything
just
in
defeated
between.
by the whole thing.
Check out our daily specials. Stop
And she's had bad
inside to
luck.
enjoy your meal
she's done it
with
3
comfortable
times, and all
seating.
3 times has been
See our complete
situations like
menu of
this where
burgers
just the whole
at
thing
hand.
melted down. All right, back here in Spencer as Eau Claire Regis will send the ball away with 4:28 to go in the game. We did take a look at that Marshfield score. Marshfield running away with it here, and as they run away from the rest of the competition here in 2018 as the punt is finally sent away after a snap, and it picked up here on the near side by Rodriguez. Heads up play there by number 36, Andres Rodriguez, as that ball
Andres
with
Rodriguez,
backward spin
return.
spun up into his hands, and he was able to advance the ball another 10 yards. It's going to give Spencer
Horton
Columbus
and
the ball near the 50-yard line. As we've got a Rambler slow to get up here along the Rocket sideline. Finally able to get up is number 62, Tommy Schmidt. And Schmidt's going to kind of limp his way back to the defensive
First and
line.
10, Rockets from their own 49.
Coach finally pulls him off, or trainer finally pulls him off the field there. Says, "Nah, Tommy, you can come back in later." 4:18 left. Again, 23-6 Regis over Spencer Columbus. Okay, Mandel drops back to pass, pulls it down. He is going to be sacked. Mandel sacked. And sacked at the hands of number 67, Jeremiah Belden. Belden chased him down from behind and then hauled him down.
Sacked by Wall. Second down.
So a loss of 10 on the play. Mandel again back to pass. Under pressure again, the screen is set up and in and out of the hands of Hildebrand. Running clock
Pass
now in
incomplete.
Marshfield as the Tigers over the Evergreens, 42-7. And the Tigers will end regular season Beal in blowout style after taking down really their arch rival for the past number of years, even going back to the, well, I don't know, as far back as I can remember. Everest always a thorn in the side of the Tigers, but this time the Tigers flipped the script. Although Everest did just score here, it's just about the end of we're coming into the fourth quarter in Marshfield. Mandel again drops back to pass, and tall pass there to Jacobson, able to avoid one. He's going to be just short of the first down line by about a
Jacobson on the
yard.
completion.
It's going to be 4th and 1 upcoming on the 19-yard
Tackled
pass
by
play by
Peyton
Mandel
Oliver.
to Jacobson. Tell Lindsay to change the quarter on her clock. That can't still be the third quarter.
First down, Rocket.
And they do actually give them the first down, and they've been generous with these spots here all game. I'm telling you, folks, I can miss one or two, but I'm not going to miss 6 in the game. And they've been generous with these spots. That he did not have the first down there, but they gave it to him. Of little consequence, though, only 3:24 left, and the Rockets trailing 23-6.
Ball start. First and 15.
So again, Marshfield cleaning things up over at Beal. Last regular season game ever at Beal Stadium. And all that's left to be determined now for the Tigers is playoff seeding. And we'll see, well, they'll be seeded as they go down to Division II to play playoff football, postseason football in 2018 for the Tigers. Bauman in motion here, and the ball on the ground. Mandel falls on it. And after the procedural penalty, pushing
Ball
back 5
covered by
yards, they're going to
Mandel.
lose a few more here. It's going to be 2nd and long.
Third down.
Third down.
And essentially here, all that is left to be sorted out here for these Spencer Columbus Rockets. Same thing as seeding. And where they get seated now, they not going to be too much of a discredit. Too much of a discredit to them losing to a really good team here like Eau Claire Regis. And Regis, on the other end here, guarantees themselves probably the top spot in their section in Division 6. And they may have had it anyway, depending on regardless of the outcome of this game. But now, come up here and take care of a Division 5 conference foe.
42-yard line.
Escalate them almost assuredly to a 1 seed. Certainly no worse than a 2, depending on their outcome next week. Spencer Columbus here. That is the question, is seeding now after what appears to be a loss here in week number 8. As Mandel drops back to pass, he's going to be chased from his blind side, and he's going to put his head down, met by number 32, Peyton Koska. Koska put a shoulder pad
Mandel
into his midsection. Mandel, though, stands up, and it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 35. Spencer Columbus wins this game. They're probably no worse than a 2 seed. Now with this, what is probably going to be a loss here again, 1:35 left in the game. Could drop maybe as far down as a 4. We'll see. But turnover on downs here as the Ramblers were going to clean up the Rockets here in Spencer.
Ball goes over on down to the Ramblers.
And I've called this game a couple times here, but how about Andrew Ernstmeyer on the sack of Mandel and puts the Ramblers in the win column here in week 8. But as I was saying about seeding, Rockets, no worse than a 4. I don't think that would be even possible. They're probably, I would say they're probably locked on the 3 line after this game here. And that'll be interesting with the Tigers of Stratford. They're going to be around that 2-3 line. We'll see where they send Amherst this year. They're going to be, if they're in that same area, they're going to be hanging around the 1 line. They took care of Pacelli today, a big blowout win over in Stevens Point as they took down the Pacelli Cardinals. Amherst now sets up with their game of the year next week against Iola Scandinavia, and that will be our Zaleski Sports Show game of the week. We will live stream that one for you. Also, how about a game of the week? Part B is going to be Loyal Abbotsford. We'll go check out the Greyhounds. We'll put them on the live feed for the first time this year, as they will likely play for a conference championship next week up in Abbotsford. And maybe Brandon will do a poll for the 3rd game. I don't know. A lot of things to be sorted out there. A lot of people probably want to see Marshfield go for a undefeated regular season, but there's a couple other games to choose from too. Of course, we're going to have Stratford Edgar, and didn't even mention that.
Might need to do a Go Me Fund for that camera lens.
We'll raise some money for some equipment and
Ramblers 23,
purchase some new camera operators. We had complaints about our camera guy early.
Next
But
Friday night,
no complaints on this end
final
here.
game
This
of the regular
was a good
season.
game. This was a good
Rockets
quality
will be
football
traveling
game
to
here in
Altoona
Spencer.
to meet the Railroaders.
As the Eau Claire Regis Ramblers come out on top,
Tip off, 7 o'clock.
23-6 over the Spencer Columbus Rockets. And we thank everybody again for tuning in. We will have highlights of this game and others later tonight on the Zaleski Sports Facebook network. Highlights on Facebook first. And then you can find
Thank you, ladies
these
and
highlights
gentlemen,
all over
for
the place.
supporting the
We'll
Rockets.
highlight Pittsfield, Marshfield, Stratford here in Spencer. So folks in Eau Claire, you'll have highlights of this game coming up later tonight. And you can share with your friends in and out of state. Send them anywhere Facebook will let you send them. And then another big slate of 4 games again next week. We will sign off here for now. So again, last call here in Spencer as the number 3 ranked Spencer Rockets fall to the number 3 ranked Eau Claire Regis Ramblers, 23-6.